Other top story at 5:30. There will soon be a new boss at Twitter. We're taking a closer look at how a change at the top could impact its employees. Good evening. I'm Sarah Donchi.
And I'm Brian Yamamoto. We're digging into Elon Musk's deal to buy Twitter. The roughly $44 billion sale comes just 2 weeks after Musk bought a 9% share in the company. That deal still needs approval by shareholders and the SEC, but it is expected to be completed this year. Shares of Twitter rose by 5% today, but they were still well below their peak in February of 2021.
So to get more on this, we're joined by Jennifer Chapman, professor of management at UC Berkeley's Haas School of Business. Professor, there is a big job ahead for Elon Musk, a man who has many jobs, but one of the first jobs includes having to win over Twitter employees. What do we know about that?
Well, what's going to be challenging for Elon Musk is that in his two most well-known companies, SpaceX and Tesla, he was really the founding voice of those organizations and brought a big vision to them. He's stepping into Twitter with a vision that has already been set by previous founders. And so it's going to take some time and a compelling case to win over employees. And I think it's going to require a kind of patience that it's not completely clear is Elon Musk's strength.
And Professor, as you just mentioned, Musk is a controversial leader, definitely a big personality, even at his other successful companies. Does his oversized personality help or hurt him in this transition?
Well, the way that it helps him is that he's got a big vision, and he's smart, it's carefully thought out, he is enthusiastic and passionate about it. The downside is that leadership is not really about the leader. It's about the people that you are bringing with you on the journey. And what he's trying to accomplish is a collective outcome that's going to require many, many people to contribute to. And so he really has to think beyond himself and really think about what's going to motivate the employees at Twitter, which, again, the vision is going to be different. And so that's going to be a real challenge.
Well, anytime you're talking about these big changes at the top, I think job security comes into question. And if you're working at Twitter, specifically if you're tasked with working on combating misinformation at Twitter, it feels like a big change is coming with Musk's vision and his promise to ease up on regulating free speech. I think it's probably reasonable that there are questions floating about job security for those individuals in particular. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, job security is going to be at play here, both because the company is changing and may not see people who have been there for a while as fitting. But even more importantly, people themselves may decide that they're no longer a fit at Twitter, given that things are changing. Employees contributed greatly to the way content is managed and the community standards that have been developed. And I think that's going to be the biggest shift with Elon Musk taking over.
All right. Thank you very much, Professor Chapman, joining us live from UC Berkeley.
You're welcome.